What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. I did just receive from a good buddy of mine a beautiful mint-on card vintage Palitoy Tri-Logo R5-D4. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at my original mint-on card that I purchased a while back, the 21A back, and then I put together a segment on all of the different figure molds and variations that are available for R5, at least to my knowledge. It may not be complete, but I tried my best. But I wanted to do a couple of quick channel updates first. First, I want to formally thank and welcome to my Patreon supporters, Technomancer, AUS. I assume he's from Australia. Technomancer and Keith Guppy are two Patreon supporters, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting the channel. As I've mentioned in the past, every dollar goes towards paying for channel expenses and, most importantly for you guys, giveaways. I have a giveaway going right now for VC-153 Vizam, the skiff guard on Jabba's sail barge that comes with the cannon. I've got that promo going right now, and then I've also already picked up, out of my own pocket, another very recent vintage collection release. It is in very, very good condition, almost near mint, and I'll be giving that away next. So I'm just trying to give back to you guys, and that is that is on the way. So we will announce the winner of Vizam, and then I'll immediately launch up another giveaway. So before I start on the R5-D4 segment, I've got fan mail. Fan mail. He describes himself as an AFG super fan, and he sent me this hilarious t-shirt. Let me see if I can get it all in here. Rock out with my knockout. It's Han Solo with an awfully smug look on his face holding a dead Minoc. That is hilarious. Rock out with my knockout. So that is from AFG Superfan. That's according to him. John, he is in the U.S., but he is of Polish descent. He said he eats kielbasas by the meter, and he is built like a freight train. And he loves the channel. He has a Boba fetish, apparently. And he also collects Polish bootlegs. So he loves the channel, and he sent this to me as a subscriber gift. So, John, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for the awesome gift. I'm going to wear this in a video at some point where I'm on screen. Okay, I'm not going to be on video on this screen, but a live stream or something like that, I will wear this shirt, and I appreciate you doing that. Okay, so I've got a couple of beautiful, beautiful mint-on card R5s here. I thought we would take a quick look at them and then go to the segments that I put together. You guys have already seen this one. This is my 21A back R5-D4. I purchased this one ungraded, and it was a little bit of a roll of the dice. I don't like spending that much money on eBay when I don't know the seller, but I rolled the dice on this one, and luckily I did. It's got a price sticker on the side, as you've seen, but it is just absolutely amazing. And it came back with straight 85s, 21 Back-A, 85 overall. I mean, this is just absolute perfection. So this is one that I really am glad I picked up. I was worried at the time it was a fake or whatever, but I did have it authenticated by a couple of buddies. But look how beautiful and vibrant the colors are on this. This is just incredible shape. So you guys have already seen that one, so we will set that one to the side. But I did pick up from Chris W., who has been featured in a live stream on Star Wars Baggies. Chris decided to part with this gorgeous 70 Back B Palitoy Tri-Logo R5-D4, and he gave this to me for an extremely fair price. He bomb-proofed it, and I cannot thank him enough. He basically, I mean, he did give it to me for what he paid for it, and I know he could have sold it for much more, and he didn't, and I appreciate that very much, Chris. Chris, I owe you a solid. I'm sure I'll figure out some way to get back at you. Although, I will say this to those watching. I had already paid for a green card signed Jeremy Bullock Power of the Force 2. Green card Toy Expo exclusive. I had it paid for. It was mine. And then Chris said, oh, I really want that. And so I let him have it. So, so that's one solid. I feel like I still owe you one more solid, Chris, for this one. But Chris, you were very generous. And by the way, we will be doing another live stream with Chris at some point, because he has, luckily for my channel, he has some incredible incredible items coming back from Collector Archive Services any day now. I'm talking about ultra rare. He has a budget that is well outside my budget. And so what the great thing is that I live vicariously through Chris and his crazy spending habits on stuff that I'm not willing to pay for because I'm too cheap. But Chris has got some insane stuff coming, so we will do a live stream at some point, probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks is my hope, depending on when they actually get back from Collector Archive. And that is a hint to Chris Whitlock and Anthony over at Collector Archive. Finish Chris's stuff so we can feature it on a live stream. But that'll be coming down the pipe at some point. But this is a beautiful 70 Back-B Tri-Logo. Let's take a closer look. And I can't thank Chris enough for this one. This is just amazing. Now let's take a look at the grading and see what they had to say. It's a 70 Back-B. The card got an 80. The blister got a 75 and a figure 85. Now, the blister, I think, got the 75 because of this damage down here. It's got one little ding right here, but I think that this ding right here was just big enough to bring the score down for the blister subscore to a 75. But it is awfully close to an 80. It's just in great shape. I was a little surprised that they gave this an 80 because, you know, you can see where the hang tab was taken off and it left a little bit of litho damage, but AFA took mercy on this one and they did give it an 80, but that's really the only flaw on the actual card back itself. It is in straight as an arrow condition. The back of the card is in incredible condition. I mean, just immaculate. And I'm so happy to have this one added to my collection. It's got just a little bit of wear around the hang tab, but I mean, overall, it's just awesome. And for a lot of these videos, subscribers seem to like when I do like the card back release history and things like that. I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that for another video, hopefully this year, because one of my goals for this year, and I don't put together true goal lists because I never follow through on them because I'm such a schizophrenic, hyperactive rodent when it comes to purchasing stuff that my tastes change daily. I switch from Power of the Force 2 to autographs to video games to vintage to bootlegs. So I don't bother putting together goal lists. That being said, my goal this year is to definitely get an Empire Strikes Back carded, mint on card, high grade R5-D4. So I'm going to save the card back release history discussion for another video, hopefully this year. That's my goal, is to find an ESB, any ESB, any Empire Strikes Back high grade R5-D4 is on my want list for this year. I don't have much, but so we'll save that. But what I did do, and I think is a much more interesting discussion, is I put together and I was very surprised by the information that I found. I put together photos and information on all of the different variants for R5-D4, and it was a surprisingly large list. I did not know about a number of these, but I did spend quite a bit of time in the interest of being thorough and for educating other folks out there. I mean, it was an education process for me. It's not like I knew all this stuff. I didn't know it all, and I had to learn myself. But I think you'll find these segments interesting. Hold on one second. When I started doing research for this video, I was really surprised to find out how many different variations there are for R5-D4, dependent, of course, on how far down the rabbit hole you want to go. The far right photo is from Variant Villains, and I will include a link in the description to this video to their photos. There's very subtle differences in the spacing for the date stamp and the country of origin. There's a Made in Hong Kong R5, as well as one that just says Hong Kong. And there's also several no COO variations, as shown by Nick Eppinga in the Echo Base Vintage Variants group. He says that there are two that are exclusive to the French Meccano factory. One of the rarely talked about variants for R5-D4 is this one. This one has the early 1977 date stamp, Made in Hong Kong. I am assuming that Kenner probably had a very early batch of these figures before moving over to the 1978 date stamp for most of the run. If you want to see a graded example of this, the Blacked Out Ewoks on YouTube has an example graded by UKG. If I can find his video for it, I will include it in the description to this video. This is probably the most expensive of all the different R5-D4s. This is the Red Bar R5. The left-hand rectangle is filled in with orange, as you can see in the left-hand photo. The right rectangle is not filled in. These photos came from Chris Whitlock, a buddy of mine, who sold this one on Deal or No Deal. A near mint example graded can set you back as high as $750. On the card, they can go for several thousands of dollars, so this is a very big ticket item. I wanted to spend a special segment just on the Spanish POC R5-D4. The Spanish figures made by the POC factory used Hong Kong parts but were painted and assembled in Spain. This is a very rare example in the middle photo of a carded Spanish POC R5-D4. I can only imagine what the value of this figure is. All of these photos and commentary come from the book by Javier Ruy Lopez. The interesting thing about the POC R5-D4 is that it's very difficult to tell from a standard Hong Kong figure except for a couple of key characteristics. Number one, the top of the dome has a muted orange color to the little spacers on the top of his head. But the strange thing is the leg stripes on the sides of the legs are very vibrant and very glossy compared to the Hong Kong example. So that about wraps up this focus on R5-D4. He is just an awesome figure and one of my favorites from the vintage line. I hope that you enjoyed looking not only at these two beautiful mint-on cards, but learning a little bit more about all of the different molds and variants that are out there for R5-D4. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe for future content. Your likes and your comments below help me get my videos in front of other viewers. And so I appreciate the feedback, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll be back soon.